On the season premiere of A Comic Book Orange, Captain America gets reborn, The Walking Dead hits issue 69, dude, and an interview with gigantic Rick Remender. Ed Brubaker's having a historic run on Marvel's Captain America. With artist Bryan Hitch, he's about to finish another chapter bringing back Steve Rogers in the final issue of Captain America Reborn. I mean, it's about 2 months late, but it'll come out. With a little help from me. What, you don't believe me? You think this letter on my belly stands for France? Over 2 years ago, original Captain America Steve Rogers' assassination made mainstream media headlines, but it was just another twist in Ed Brubaker's wonderful run that has revitalized a character many thought too archaic. Now, in the Captain America Reborn miniseries, Brubaker shows his mastery of writing fight scenes, character development, and thrilling suspense in a story that not only brings back the Star-Spangled Avenger, but provides a highlight into Cap's history and future. The only problem is that it's very predictable, especially with Steve already appearing in other Marvel comics and being featured in their latest event series, Siege. But it's a fun ride. Brubaker's Cap has been illustrated by artists who have a very realistic style, and in this case, it's one of the biggest names, Bryan Hitch. He earned rave reviews the last time he drew The Good Captain and Friends, and once again, he makes the impossible look astoundingly believable. But something seems to be missing this time around, and the coloring by Paul Mounts seems a bit flat. Overall, Captain America Reborn has been a solid miniseries, and we give it 3.5 oranges out of 5. We also highly encourage you to pick up the 5 orange graphic novels leading up to it. Also out this week, from Marvel's creator-owned Icon imprint comes Bendis and Oeming's superhero-slash-police procedural mashup Powers. Known for its snappy dialogue and art, we're only 3 issues into the new volume, so it's still a good time to jump on. We give it 3.5 oranges out of 5. Speaking of jumping on a comic, have you finally listened to us and picked up Grant Morrison's 5 orange run on Batman and Robin yet? No? What are you, retarded? We kid. But issue number 7 kicks off a new story arc, so why not come aboard with Morrison's Sea Guy co-creator, artist Cameron Stewart. And finally, fan-favorite zombie epic Walking Dead hits issue 69. We previously gave the series 4 oranges, a rating that writer Robert Kirkman and artist Charlie Adlard continue to earn. This week we interview Rick Remender, writer of Fear Agent, Gigantic, and The Last Days of American Crime.
How does it feel to finish the End League?
It feels good. It feels nice. I mean, it's especially nice given the scope of the project. And it's nice to get a conclusion. The 9th issue, the artist coming in from Andy McDonald, and it's stellar. It's fantastic. And so I'm happy with the wrap-up. It's also nice when you work on something for a few years to get to the end of it and take a breath, walk away from it for a little while.
How does it feel working independently versus working with a big company like Marvel?
You know, they're different niches. They're different things you want to scratch. I think that one of them taps into a lot of the joy that I felt as a kid reading comic books, you know, and the stuff I'm doing at Marvel allows me to sort of, you know, crack open the well of where the imagination comes from. You know, a lot of the things that I read back then, I find that getting to play in that box opens up new avenues for storytelling that I don't necessarily have available to me and create our own. And I think that on the flip side, create our own is entirely wide open, and there are no limits. I obviously can't have, you know, Spider-Man break off, you know, Frank Castle's arms and feed them to him. You know, not that you know, grievous body trauma is good storytelling, but I mean in the sense where you're somewhat limited by you know, a shared universe, which in a creator-owned book, you, like in Fear Agent or in Last Days of American Crime, it comes down to just wide open whatever I feel is the best way to tell the story. Now that said, I've been very lucky in the stuff we have coming up in The Punisher at Marvel, nobody's going to expect.
Tell me a little bit more of The Last Days of American Crime.
The general setup is that after a few terrorist incidents, the government devises a simple broadcast that's going to be broadcast from every radio tower across the country, and it basically inhibits humans from doing anything they know to be unlawful. So be it jaywalking, murder, hunting lions in a zoo, whatever it is that's illegal, if you know it's illegal, you're incapable of performing the act. So it's half gritty crime heist and half sci-fi story, and I couldn't be having more fun with it.
For more information on Rick Remender, check out his website at rickremender.com or follow him on Twitter as @Remender. Well, that's it for this week. If you're new to the show, be sure to subscribe on iTunes, YouTube, or a feed reader of your choice. Go to acomicbookorange.com/subscribe for details. And I'll see you next week for another episode of comic book orange.
Psychedelic party, cada vez te vas. Psychedelic party, un poquito más. Psychedelic party, tú eres el amor. Psychedelic party, como el del Señor.
If that wasn't a long enough answer for
Let
you.
me just change arms here.